Imagine a world on the brink, a world where every decision, every move is scrutinized under the lens of global tension. The year is 2024, a year that history might remember as a turning point. Tensions simmer between two powerful alliances, BRICS and NATO. These alliances, representing vast swaths of the globe, are now at odds. What began as political disagreements has escalated into a global crisis. Diplomatic channels are clogged with accusations and counter-accusations. The world watches in fear, holding its breath. Citizens everywhere are glued to their screens, hoping for a resolution but fearing the worst. Could this be the spark that ignites a new world war? History has shown us how quickly conflicts can spiral out of control. The drums of war beat louder. Propaganda fills the airwaves. Each side paints the other as the aggressor, rallying their populations for what they claim is a just cause. Both sides believe they are in the right. Misunderstandings fester. Leaders make reckless pronouncements, further inflaming the situation. The world holds its breath, teetering on the precipice of a conflict that could reshape the geopolitical landscape forever. The stakes have never been higher. This is not a story of heroes and villains, it's a cautionary tale. A tale that warns us of the fragility of peace and the ease with which it can be shattered. It's a reminder that we live in a complex world. A world where cultures, economies, and political systems are deeply intertwined. A world where peace is fragile, where the bonds that hold us together can be easily broken by the actions of a few. A world where the choices of a few can have consequences for us all. The ripple effects of decisions made in high offices can touch the lives of ordinary people everywhere. This is the hypothetical scenario we must confront. What if BRICS and NATO went to war? What would be the cost? Not just in terms of lives lost, but in the trust and cooperation that would be shattered. The world as we know it would be irrevocably changed. On one side, we have NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. This alliance has been a cornerstone of global security for over 7 decades. Formed in 1949, it's a military alliance of 30 countries, primarily from North America and Europe. The founding members came together in the aftermath of World War II, seeking to create a unified front against potential threats. Its purpose? Collective defense, to protect its members from aggression. An attack against one is considered an attack against all, a principle that has been tested and proven over the years. On the other side stands BRICS. This alliance represents a different kind of power dynamic in the world. BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. These nations, diverse in culture and geography, have come together with a shared vision. Formed in 2006, it's a group of emerging economies. These countries are not just growing rapidly, but are also seeking to redefine their roles on the global stage. Their goal: to challenge the existing world order, to create a more multipolar world where power is distributed more evenly and their voices are heard more clearly in international affairs. These two groups represent different visions of the future. NATO, with its established military might and historical alliances, seeks to maintain stability and the current global order. NATO seeks to maintain the status quo. It aims to ensure that the balance of power remains in favor of its member states, promoting peace through strength. BRICS seeks to change it. They envision a world where emerging economies have a greater say, where economic and political power is more evenly distributed. Their differences, once a source of debate, have now become a source of conflict. As these alliances continue to grow and evolve, the world watches closely, aware that the future of global politics may very well hinge on the interactions between NATO and BRICS. In a hypothetical war, NATO's strength lies in its advanced technology, which includes state-of-the-art drones, sophisticated fighter jets, and cutting-edge equipment for soldiers on the ground. This technological edge gives NATO a significant advantage in modern warfare, allowing for precision strikes and superior battlefield awareness. Additionally, NATO's long history of military cooperation has fostered a level of coordination and interoperability that is unmatched. Member nations regularly participate in joint exercises, honing their skills and ensuring that they can operate seamlessly together in any conflict scenario. The United States, a key member of NATO, boasts a powerful military with global reach. Its fleet of aircraft carriers allows it to project power across the world's oceans, while its highly trained soldiers are capable of rapid deployment to hotspots around the globe. The U.S. military's technological prowess and logistical capabilities are second to none. NATO also has a strong network of bases and allies around the world, providing strategic advantages in various regions. These bases serve as critical hubs for operations, supply chains, and intelligence gathering, ensuring that NATO forces can respond quickly and effectively to any threat. BRICS, on the other hand, has sheer numbers on its side. The combined populations of China and India alone account for over a third of the world's population, and both nations maintain the largest standing armies in the world. This numerical advantage means that BRICS can field vast numbers of troops, overwhelming opponents through sheer force. China and India, with their vast populations, have the largest standing armies in the world. Their military forces are well trained and equipped, capable of conducting large-scale operations across diverse terrains. The sheer size of these armies presents a formidable challenge to any adversary. Russia, with its nuclear arsenal, cannot be ignored. As a key member of BRICS, Russia brings significant military capabilities to the table, including advanced missile systems and a well-equipped ground force. The presence of nuclear weapons adds a dangerous dimension to any potential conflict, raising the stakes considerably. However, BRICS lacks the combined military experience of NATO. While individual BRICS nations have strong militaries, they do not have the same level of integration and joint operational experience that NATO members possess. This lack of cohesion could be a critical weakness in a large-scale conflict. The battlefield would be vast and varied, encompassing a wide range of environments and terrains. From the icy plains of Eastern Europe to the dense jungles of Southeast Asia, and from the deserts of the Middle East to the high seas, the conflict would rage across land, sea, and air. Each terrain presents unique challenges and requires specialized strategies and equipment. From the icy plains of Eastern Europe to the South China Sea, the conflict would rage across land, sea, and air. Naval battles in strategic waterways, aerial dogfights over contested territories, and ground engagements in challenging environments would test the limits of both alliances' military capabilities. A clash between these titans would be a logistical and technological nightmare. Coordinating the movement of troops, supplies, and equipment across such vast distances would require meticulous planning and execution. Advanced technology would play a crucial role in communication, surveillance, and combat operations, making it a true test of 21st century warfare. A true test of 21st century warfare, where the outcome would hinge not just on numbers and firepower, but on the ability to leverage technology, maintain supply lines, and execute complex maneuvers. The stakes would be incredibly high, with the potential for significant geopolitical shifts depending on the outcome of such a monumental conflict. War is not just about bombs and bullets. It's about economics. And in this arena, the stakes are incredibly high. A war between BRICS and NATO would send shockwaves through the global economy. NATO countries control many of the world's financial institutions. The United States dollar remains the world's reserve currency, but BRICS has economic clout. China is an economic powerhouse. It holds significant amounts of U.S. debt. Russia is a major energy supplier. Imagine the chaos trade routes severed, markets crashing, energy prices skyrocketing. The global South, dependent on both alliances for trade and aid, would face devastating consequences. The war's economic toll would be felt far beyond the battlefields. Section 5. A World on Edge. The Unaligned Nations. In this hypothetical war, the entire world would be affected. Non-aligned countries would face a difficult choice. Pick a side or remain neutral, each option fraught with risk. Some countries, with strong economic ties to BRICS or NATO, might be pressured to join the fight. Others might see neutrality as the best way to preserve their own interests. But neutrality in a world war is a difficult path to tread. The pressure on these unaligned nations would be immense. They would become battlegrounds for influence. Their resources coveted, their loyalties tested. Their decisions could tip the balance of power, influencing the war's outcome. Section 6. Paths to Victory, Roads to Ruin. Predicting the outcome of such a war is a fool's errand. There are too many variables, too many unknowns. But we can imagine different scenarios, each one a chilling possibility. One possibility is a protracted stalemate. Imagine a years-long conflict, a war of attrition. Neither side able to achieve a decisive victory. The world would be locked in a perpetual state of tension. Resources would dwindle. Economies would crumble. Another, even more terrifying possibility is a rapid escalation. Cyber warfare could cripple critical infrastructure. Proxy wars could ignite in volatile regions. Miscalculations and miscommunications could lead to unintended consequences. The unthinkable could become reality. Section 7. The nuclear shadow. Looming over any conflict between BRICS and NATO is the specter of nuclear war. Both sides possess devastating nuclear arsenals. The use of even a single nuclear weapon would have catastrophic consequences for humanity. The very existence of nuclear weapons creates a paradox. They are weapons that cannot be used without ensuring self-destruction. Yet the threat of their use hangs over every major international conflict. The possibility of nuclear war is a stark reminder of the fragility of our existence. It underscores the need for diplomacy, for dialogue, for finding peaceful solutions to even the most intractable conflicts. Section 8. A time for peace. The hypothetical scenario of a war between BRICS and NATO is a chilling one. It's a reminder of the stakes involved in international relations. It's a call to action for all of us. We must demand better from our leaders. We must push for diplomacy. We must strive for understanding. We must work together to build a world where conflict is resolved through dialogue, not destruction. The future is not preordained. We have the power to choose a different path. A path of peace, cooperation, and shared prosperity. Let us choose wisely. The fate of humanity may depend on it.